Here's a super easy, super fun, reusable hair wrap tutorial. Follow along. Get 6 strings triple the length of your hair. These are the colors I chose. Next, at the end of the strings, create a slip knot. This slip knot will be used to attach to your hair. After that, make a knot at the end of the slip knot. It should look something like this. We can then attach that loop to something like a carabiner, which you can then attach to something that'll hold it. I used a water bottle. To start your hair wrap, grab one of the strings and start wrapping it around all the other strings, including the short ends of the loop. Making a hair wrap is basically just wrapping one string around all the other strings. Right now, I'm wrapping the red around all the other strings. Ignore my knee, but all a hair wrap is just making different patterns. This includes using 2 strings at a time to make a swirl pattern or leaving a string out to make crosses later. It's up to you. You can find really great references of hair wraps or color palettes on Pinterest, which is what I use before making all of my hair wraps. If you notice, I'm not directly attaching this hair wrap to my hair, which makes these hair wraps reusable and transferable, but I'll get more to that later. Here's a close-up of my progress so far. A fun bonus about hair wraps being reusable is that you don't have to shower with them, and they're a lot easier to maintain and they last a lot longer. Along with this, if you're not in the mood for a hair wrap or if it doesn't go with your outfit, you don't have to wear it, or you can pick and choose which hair wraps you use. A lot of mistakes that I see beginners make is that they wrap it too loose. Doing that will make your hair wrap fray or come apart easier, which isn't good for the longevity of your hair wrap. I do want to get something out of the way. There are 2 different ways to wrap thread around the string. The first way, which is the way I'm doing it, is just wrapping the thread around all the other threads. This way is fast and efficient, however, it's not super secure, at least compared to the other way. The second way is to make a knot on the string each time you wrap it around the threads. Even though this way is a lot more secure, it is a lot more time consuming. However, I do end up doing it on the ends of the hair wrap, and I'll show you then. At this point, it has been about 40 minutes, so I took a break. We're back a day later, and this is what 40 minutes worth of work looks like. But if you notice, it's a little frayed, especially right there. But it's okay, we're gonna move on. After going back to the Pinterest board for inspiration, I got started. And FYI, I'm not using one hair wrap that I found on Pinterest as my reference. I'm using multiple hair wraps as inspiration to what I want my final hair wrap to look like. I will say sometimes I combine colors that I regret later or to do patterns that I don't think look good. But in the end, because my beginning color palette were colors that I liked, it usually turns out looking good. This is why it's important to make sure that your beginning colors all go together decently well, because most of the time, no one's really looking at your hair wrap super up close. Again, the colors I chose were direct inspiration from Pinterest. Now about 30 minutes in, I feel like the hair wrap's getting pretty long. So I go to the mirror to check to see if it's as long as I want it to be. A very important note is that my hair is layered, which means that a hair wrap at the front of my hair will have to be significantly shorter than a hair wrap at the back of my head. Before I started the hair wrap, I had already decided where I wanted the hair wrap to be, which was towards the back of my head. And because of that, I knew where to measure the length of the threads. Well, 3 times as much as the length of my hair. I decided that I wanted my hair to be an inch longer, which is perfect for this next step, which is crucial. This last and crucial step is where the knotting comes in. I created a loop with the string as usual, except I thread the end of the string through that loop. This creates a knot, which is really important to do at the end of your hair wrap because it'll make it so that if anything frays, the entire hair wrap won't come undone. As you can see, I'm doing this with the right thread, and I'm going to speed up the rest of it because you guys have already seen it 3 times. I like to do this with every string that I'm going to use with the last inch or so of my hair wrap. This really helps the hair wrap stay secure, and I strongly recommend it. I would like you guys to see the difference between the knotting versus just the wrapping. The bottom white section is the knotting, and you can see it's a lot bumpier than the top section, which is just the wrapping. So if you want your hair wrap to look chunky, which is super cute, then do the knotting, but it does take more time. If you want your hair wrap to look smoother and take less time, then just do the wraparound, which is what I do. Next, once you're done with your hair wrap, you're going to create a knot at the very end of the string. This is just a simple knot as you can see, but you want to get it as close to the base of your hair wrap as possible. Next, you're going to cut off the excess, leaving about 1 centimeter or so of string. This is optional, but I like to burn the ends of the string just a little bit so that they don't fray. And then that's it, you're done! You have your beautiful hair wrap ready to attach to your hair. This is how she looks on my hair. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave any questions you guys have down in the comments below.